Welcome, stream elements.
Janice Quarter, a premier shopping destination. Discover style, adventure, and endless energy. Everything you're looking for is here. When I was 15, the thought of an apocalypse never troubled me. The only thing I couldn't give up, even in the face of the world's end, was the sunset on that beach. Watching the sun gently slide into the water's embrace, or fireworks dancing on the canvas of the night sky. Even if tomorrow weren't better, it wouldn't be worse, I thought. When you're reading this letter, I imagine much has changed. Whether it's yourself or the world.
Hello. Probably gonna be a hard day today, so I'm not really expecting anything.
Have a cup of coffee to jumpstart your day. Stopping to take a break can help you go further.
Good work, Chip. There's no time to lose. Press the attack. Waste of time. Stage is mine. Good. There's no time to lose. In pursuit. Surrender. My blade is already.
Okay. No, maybe.
Stage is mine. Resistance. There's no time to lose. In pursuit. Release it over. Alright, I'll take the money. I see it. Leave the rest. Waste of time. Press the attack. Yes, my blade is already. There's no time to lose. Alright, I'll take the money. I see it. We resistance is futile. There's no time to lose.
The morning air is like a soothing melody, truly unforgettable. Take your time and savor it. The joy that this delicious composition brings is truly remarkable. Ah, what a perfect mix. The joy that this delicious The joy that this delicious composition brings is true. Ah, leaving so soon.
Elephant green screen effect.
How can I help? Time for some hard labor?
The morning air is like a soothing melody. Truly unforgettable. Take your time and savor it. I'll be waiting.
Time for some hard labor?
Touch my tail? No. Time for some tail care.
Surprise attack! Try this! Try this! We did it! Hey, move! It's authorized personnel only! Just try me! One side is just like a battlefield. Safety first, team. I'll take it. End of the line. End of the line. Try this. End of the line. Try this. End of the line. End of the line. End of the line. Try this. Not now. I have to protect everyone.
3.
End of the line. The killer is unstoppable! Try this! I'll take it! Try this! Try this! Watch your back! Trouble I caused. Try this! Just try me! Try this. End of the line. I'll take it. Try this. Surprise attack. Stand behind the yellow line. You should have worn a hard hat. Safety first, team. Try this. Try this.
Watch that. Hold, as always.
My killer is unstoppable! Try this! Try this! Just try me! Try this! Just like a battlefield. You should have worn a hard hat! Safety first, team. End of the line. I'll take it. End of the line. Not bad. Hey, move! Try this! Just try it! End of the line! Try this! I'll take it! Try this! Try this! End of the line! Try this! Just try me! End of the line! Not now!
Going to. Okay.
Try this! Try this! End of the line! End of the... You should have worn a hard hat! Who's right this? End of the line! I'll take it! Just try me! Try this! Try this! Surprise attack! I'll take it! Stay alert! Like this! It's authorized personnel only! Just try me! End of the line! Try this! I'll take it! The work side is just like a battlefield. Back to work! Stay alert! Side is just like a battlefield. End of the line. Try this. Try this. Try this. Watch your back. I'll take it. End of the line. Hey, move. Try this. End of the line. Try this. You said I want a hard Just try me. End of the line.
Sorry, it's been really quiet today, so I haven't been speaking as much. Both those and yeah. Starting to get used to it more faster than I had with Pompey, which is more important, which is definitely more telling because like it only just tells me how bad Pompey is as like a fight when it comes to hitting Ben Solo. I kid you not, that fight is annoying. The only thing is the fact that both of them are like technically like a 2-1 face fights. Just that I need to make sure I group both of them together when next time then. Which is sort of easy to do. Alright. I don't screw out the window. I do sometimes screw out the window. Wait for one of these idiots to walk.
Just like a battlefield. It's authorized personnel only! Safety first, team. Just try me. End of the line.
Second?
End of the line. You tried this. End of the line. End of the line. Stay alert.
Silver and Light say he's really annoying. Post though. It's like, I think I can do it. It's mostly just down to figuring out the dodge windows and or counter windows as well. Like, it's less annoying to do compared to Pompey because at least like it's not like every single time they moved it's like a hurt box or whatever. They just walk about, warp, and then you have to like parry a bit. 1 second. Yeah, pretty much. Regardless though, you move, he moves, it's a hit. He does that dumb beam move, whatever, you have to dodge it. I mean, sure, it's like a free block counter, it's like a free dodge counter, whatever. It's just, it's the worst. Fighting Pompey was the worst. It took me like 2 patches to, you know this, right? It took me like at least 2 patches to do. This, on the other hand, I feel like I can do it at one point. I feel like I can do it like in a patch or so. I'm not too motivated in just doing this fight solo, because now after experiencing it, right, it's twin solo is way easier than Pompey solo. And if I do like 470, I've done the entire thing. Yeah, level 8, ambush, instant revival. That is just twins. That's all of twins. Yeah. Just don't give up though. We'll give it like a couple more attempts. Speaking of dodge counters, there's like really good ones and then just like really mediocre ones.
Time for some hard labor.
So if I had to say one thing, I know it's a bit of bias, but I think Ben's dodge counter is like pretty good in terms of like iframes. Compared to Caesar's though,
Fighting? Take me.
it's a poke,
How can I help?
and then you end up just getting punished really quickly, really easily. It's the worst. Oh yeah, no, Clay is actually kind of
Time
crazy
for some
too.
hard labor.
You want to test my hammer?
You have so much leniency. I think Lucy is actually pretty good too.
Good day, Proxy.
Yeah, Lucy's pretty good.
Hey, don't look down on me.
Basically, anybody that's ranged or has like an extended animation in a way, or has like a pretty decent animation, yeah, they have a pretty good block counter. There's a reason why like, I can actually just dodge counter like a bunch of things from Ben way easily compared to me dodge countering with like say Caesar, because Caesar's is like the worst. It's definitely a dodge counter, that's for sure, but you poke and then that's it. Like you barely have any iframes throughout the entire window. And we will to go through. Okay, I'm gonna go for 45. This fight, defender, right? You're straight up just gonna get like shredded by flamethrower. Yeah. There's some like pretty good dodge counters, and then it's like really bad ones. I'm glad that limiteds are not like exempt from this. Well, limiteds aren't on Jane anyway, because well, most of Jane's anomaly build up does come from like extending her combo and dodge counters. To clear today, but might actually get a bit further than just 3 sun windows. Anyway. Somebody coming over. biggest gatekeeper, just the amount of ults that they can do.
Surprise attack! The work side is just like a battlefield. My killer is unstoppable! Back to work!
Another. Good. Stream based on scripting or like any GFX, whatever. Might be, maybe. I don't know. Let's watch their stream today. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I've been talking a lot. Actually, no, I'll just do the script in the meantime. Actually,
How can I help?
we're just like talking. We're pretty much just going to talk a bit and then work on a script today. Well, I say script, but just like a bunch of notes based on the video idea I had or mentioned. Okay. So I want to make this video and get this out of the way. Don't get this out of the way, but... Right. It'd be really good if, like, you know, there are more people to talk to here. It's a bit unfortunate. Do you know what I want to do, right? I want to be able to have people welcome to stream, like, pitching with, like, ideas or... Script? That's my set. Working this like okay, I mean I've been working on it, but I do want to do a bit more work into it. Might have stick through like everything go out of A rank. Dealing physical damage, and actual damage. Physical damage.
It's our turn, bro! Time for some hard labor?
I'm something quickly.
Let's get him!
So
It's our turn, bro!
Sokaku, ready. Alrighty. Is it work time? Is food included? Sokaku, ready.
If you need help, call me anytime. Come on!
I'm good at endpoint? No. I'm already testing something. That's the thing.
Time for some hard labor?
Right. So. That's one thing. Let's take note of. Okay. Okay. I was going to confirm something, especially because if I were wrong, then I would have been called out. But I don't. I want to make sure, like, I
Pick
don't.
me, and I promise you'll learn big. Don't just think about it. Do it.
Yeah, of course, it's acting up again. It's always acting up, right? I was actually trying to test something. Something in particular. I
Ready
want.
for combat.
But it was. It's something to do with the video idea, which. It is a Ben video, yes, but it's definitely a Ben video that no one else has actually done as of yet. Because most of it is just being like Ben guides or like. Yeah, it's mostly just been Ben guides.
Time for some hard labor?
I'm gonna keep this up. I mean, just in case other people come in, that's cool too. But I'm gonna try and start typing up a couple of things. And then, once I feel comfortable enough, I'm going to have you guys proofread it and then see where I can go. I won't say too much, it's mostly just like to see. Test a couple of things and then contrast and compare. It's about like yesterday's video idea. I have been working on it a bit, or specifically a script. Once I'm comfortable with it, I'm gonna start doing the recording, the editing, and then the thumbnail, and then try and see if I can upload it to YouTube. Because I'm hoping that this video idea does actually carry a bit, is what I mean to say. I want to put most of the work into this. I mean, There is something that I want. I mean, to be fair, there's another reason too why, because I need to like start reading stuff and then understanding what to do. No, not what to do, but what to actually talk about. Something. The sex? Sure. Give me a second. Oh. Right. It's like temporary, but it's like on the side over here, and then start typing up. True, true. I also should set up something just so you guys can play around for a bit. Trying to set up some other like. Okay. You know, that'll be attack instead. Second. See. Okay, now it works. Alright, I think if you claim 100, 200 channel points, you should be able to throw tomatoes. Right. It's like a part of like the stream now. You have to go and get the extension. Anyway, feel free to actually donate bits, whatever, if you want. Thingy. Other rewards too. Just to confirm, we'll test this out again. Right, it's working. Actually working. Okay. Skills. Okay, right. To confirm, 1, maybe, 2, 3,
Let's get to work.
4,
So
5.
don't just think about it. Do it.
Yeah, just 5. It's working on the video. I'm developing a early script, and then I will have some of you guys proofread it, mostly Rack, if he has time. And then if he can, then I'll probably just it's mostly just down to like proofreading it and then see what I can improve it upon. I'm not gonna finish it just yet. I have to go and talk to some of you guys because I have something because I have like a section that I think it would be best to do by myself. So I'll probably ask you guys for like a general consensus on the Discord. But I do need more participation in Discord. Like I'm not saying that it's, how can I put this? I don't want to make it look like I'm push. Like I want to. I'm not saying that. Well, I kind of have to push you guys, really. I'm not pushing you guys. I mean, but I need to encourage you guys. I should just. What's that thing got to do with the characters? If you can go and there's a particular okay. Let me say this in the way you understand. Those 5 characters all have something in common. they all have something in common, and it has something to do with a skill. And by skill, I mean by like one of these skills you upgrade with like the elemental stuff, like the not the seals, chips. Yeah, your chips.
Pick me, and I promise you'll learn.
Time for some hard labor?
Yeah, they all have something to do with a skill that they have. Find out all I can say is it is a bit screwed up. Like, it's messed up in a way. And you'll probably just wonder why the devs even left them as is. Specifically Ben, because this is a video mostly about Ben. Sort of correct. Sort of correct. It's not mostly attacking with physical. You're sort of correct. I'll tell you, since like nobody else is watching, none of these characters can apply anomaly from their base combo. None of those characters can apply anomaly on their base combo. And by none of them, I mean by Ben can't apply anomaly on his base combo. It's only just physical. And he's a fire unit, so you don't even build anomaly that way.
Time for some hard labor?
Anton can't do it. Sokaku can't do it.
Don't just think
And Nicole
about
can't do it.
it. Do it.
Those 4 characters cannot apply anomaly in their base combo whatsoever. Everybody else can. You can make the excuse that Soldier 11 and Ellen can't do it as well. But Soldier 11 you need the time. Ellen you need flash feed stacks.
Huh? Is something the matter?
Jiwon can actually do it too. Jiwon's able to do it, I just remembered.
Officer 148.
How can I help?
Yeah, unfortunately, they did think about Seth more than Ben, and they gave him Anomaly, the ability to build Anomaly in his base combo. Or specifically on the last hit, which isn't that much, but at least he gets to build Anomaly. Yeah, it's electric. Basically, just think of it like this, right? If you know Ben, Anton, Nicole, or Sokaku, you can always apply anomaly on your base combo. But it depends on it sometimes depends on the character. So, for example, Ellen and Soldier 11, you need stacks on. You need to have your stacks. Otherwise, you can always apply anomaly, regardless. Which is why I think like Corrin's actually pretty high value compared to like Nekomata. Because she has like way more potential to actually thingy.
Come on, let's
That
do it.
is sort of... Well, actually that doesn't count. Wait. Oh no, he's in burst mode. Never mind, it's just 3 of them apparently. Yeah, it's just 3. Wait. Oh, no, never mind. It's just 2 characters. It's just Nicole and Ben.
And I promise you'll learn big.
You're right, you're totally right. If Anton has stacks, and Sokaku uses, like, combo after EX special, they can apply normally from, like, base combo. From the combos. Nicole can't do it. Ben can't do it.
Time for some hard labor?
Bennett is one of 2 characters that can't do it. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah. Both of them can actually apply no- Okay, right. It would be really funny to see. What? Because, let's be honest, that just sucks. That genuinely sucks. 2 characters can't apply anomaly. In their base kit, in their base combo, they can't apply anomaly. I get, like, Nicole gets the excuse of being able to go and do that because, you know, it's mostly just EX special, and she has, like, a unique EX special. A physical character can be anomaly with a base combo. Don't say that. That's just terrible. Never say that in your life. Please don't. That's like something that I would never wish upon my worst enemy. Having to main a character a physical unit that can't build their own anomaly. So the base combo would do 5 damage or something else like that. See, that'd be really cool and great. Except the fact that it wouldn't be, and it wouldn't make sense. But that's just messed up. Think of it like this, though, right? Ben, as a character, cannot apply his own anomaly in his base combo. He has it for his dodge counter. He might have it for his dash attack. I know, he only has it in his dodge counter, his EX special, and his ultimate. He does not have it in any other part of his kit. And the worst thing is, the game's promoting you to use these kinds of moves with his M6. We need to talk about this. This is actually terrible. Yeah. I mean, that's literally just how it is for, like, Ben. He's the only one, like, I'd say, I can't even say, like, it's just, Second. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That'd be terrible. That would be terrible. Just a physical unit only being able to apply fire damage with and not being able to like build up their own anomaly. Yeah, it would be terrible. But we're talking about something that's equally as terrible, and it's the fact that we have a defensive unit who can't apply anomaly himself on his base combo. Grace is in the same situation as Seth. It's anomaly in a base combo, right? Yeah, she does. Yeah, physical electrical, physical fire, physical. The 80% base chance actually hit this repeatedly. What the hell are you talking about? Oh God, I don't understand this game. Single electrical attack in her entire combo. Yeah, that's kind of bad. But again, if like I can make the excuse when it comes to like Nicole, because let's be honest, I know we're talking like Grace and like Seth, but I need to go and talk about how bad it is about Ben's base combo compared to Nicole's base combo, or specifically their like anomaly build up. Nicole has a benefit, the added benefit of getting like a billion, quadrillion, septillion energy regen. Ben only gets energy regen, but he needs defense to scale better. That does not make any sense. Like, his base stat increase is energy regen. Nothing else energy regen. You know what Seth gets? He gets attack. Wait, is it AP or attack? Energy regen. Okay, well, I was wrong, but energy regen here. Energy regen with Seth. But at least Seth can kind of use it, because his signature can build up energy regen. So there's an easier time of building up energy regen. Ben does not have that easier time. Have you seen the Innings 11 trailer? Why are you here anyway? I'm working on something. Look, you can see from the text I'm working on a script. Because it's big news. Yeah, I'm doing a big script over here. A Ben Bigger script. Right, we're talking about something. We're on to about something. USB. An 80-minute training release day after 9 is the most important news ever. Well, we're gonna get some important news for like Zenlist tomorrow. There's that. By the way, I think I've set up something like just now. You might need to get an extension for it, but I think you should be able to. Like this, and then you can just like. You need the extension for it, but it does cost like 200 China points, which I think works. Think this. Okay. Yeah, this is actually just grating. It's terribly grating. Yeah. We can talk about how bad Ben has it for like his base combo. Because it does not give him any energy regen. And the only time you're ever going to build him is with active defense and then maybe some energy regen here and there. But it's too slow. And the only time he's ever going to like proc his like block counters is if you have like a 6 slot on energy regen. And even then, less value, because guess what they want you to do? Stuff like this. Or if you wanted to use BC, you need to use this because you can get a crit and 960% of his defense as extra damage. Character wouldn't be cool to use if it was actually good. Okay, the thing is though, like he said, even if it's artificial skill expression, we can always have skill expression and have fun with the game, okay? I didn't just solo like, you know, -1, Pompey and base Den and Butcher just because I didn't think this guy was cool. Okay, I like Ben a lot. And if we're talking about like reworks or whatever, I'm going to put my foot down and talk about what we should, what does not make sense, what doesn't make sense with this character. Because compared to other defense agents, it's not good. It doesn't look good. There's like so little done with Ben compared to like, say, Seth, and I would have to talk about like other A ranks. We're talking about purely other A ranks. Like Lucy as well. Bro, there's so much value with Lucy. So much value with Lucy. Yeah, no one would take me seriously if you said that you were Ben was Miyabi level. Yeah. But I'm trying to say, but the thing is though, this is why I want to talk to you guys about it. I mean, disregarding Sage though, you know, Sage doesn't really like, you know, care about Ben, like not like Ben like that way, right? He's just like very funny to talk to. But I want to make sure that we have like a somehow balanced but better Ben that makes sense in general. Not taking away like most of what makes his kit, but changing things that just don't make sense at all. Can't wait for an M2 Vivian. Look, I don't know if I can deliver on that. But I'll try. I damn well try. Like, fingers crossed I get like M2 Vivian in like a tenfold. That's all that matters. I mean, you should, like, to be fair, I mean, we're in a good position as well, because we do have Trigger. We do have Trigger. And I think I can go for, like, Wenjin as well, if I win 75-25. That's a big if. 160 and I'm willing to spend. You know what? All for the simp. Right, change things that don't make sense in his kit. And okay, we need to talk about things that just don't make sense whatsoever. The man scales off of defense. His base stat increases energy regen. Do you see anything energy regen related? I know that he's a defense agent and that they encourage you to actually proc shield more often, so that, you know, there's some survivability in a way. But is there, like, there's more value into getting more defense so that you have, like, a bigger shield. And mind you, I'm saying, like, a bigger shield, not in the sense of, like, the shield is important. If anything, it's quite unimportant unless they do something about it. Yeah, change all that actual damage and make a shield scale in days. That's a good idea. Jenny is a good idea. It's better than what we currently have right now. Because if they're trying to encourage M6 as a sub-stun unit, anything days related would have been infinitesimally better instead of just attack. But unfortunately, we're stuck with this because, let's be honest, as a 1.0 character, they really weren't thinking about future-proofing him until now. Because you know how that dev talk has talked about how they could rework characters. Because best believe, Corrin is looking to be really good as an A-rank DPS. Billy too, but semantics. We're talking about Ben here. Still though, if they really want to, they have to do like either one or the other, or to make sure that he does something valuable in a way. If they want to keep his current identity, you have to turn him more DPS oriented, but in a sense of his debuffs are worth a damn. But if they want to turn him into like a sub-stun unit, they have to change most of his stuff accordingly, instead of just being attack and more extra defense in a way. Because this could have been way more valuable if it was just like deals more days, or increase if Ben has a shield, increases impact by like 10%. Unless, notice I didn't say 20%. That's 2 of... Yeah. I know you don't really care about Ben, but the Discord, it does have like a lot of Ben fans. So I want to make sure that we have like some general consensus over here. Make sure that like everything makes sense. Because let's be honest, people would care about Ben if we had like more worthwhile stuff. And that if he was I want to make sure that Ben is on a level that makes him interchangeable with Lucy. Not saying that it's trying to replace Lucy, because Lucy is already just as good as she is right now. She's already like, at M6, she's arguably around, and I don't say this lightly, better than Rena, and almost at Ash's level. Ash is just very like ooga booga. You go off and then you just like, you know, you go off, you press EX special, you just wait until you have energy, and then you just like quick assist to the next character, and you maintain a buff throughout. Lucy's like a sub DPS, like that also is a support unit, and her support's like pretty good. Like I want to say back into 1.2, I should literally, yeah, that's what I was talking about too. That's what I was talking about as well. We were talking about like pre-arms, like Honkai Impact Stirred pre-arms, but it's like the same thing as Platinum equipment. We need that for like certain A ranks, but if we're kind of getting that for like, say, a lot of the things we see in Lost Void are stuff that characters could get in the future. So we get like that unique dash attack from like Corrin, or like the fact that she does like an entire vortex when she uses the EX special. Can you imagine like a Ben that ramps up like as like, you know, the more block counters he does? Again, If I don't care about Ben, then why not? I do care about Ben. What do you mean by I don't care about him? Are you gaslighting me? Give him Yabi soft, make him more broken. Hey, okay, listen. I think, and don't get me wrong, I think Miyabi should just be the ceiling. I think, as we are right now, Miyabi should just be at the ceiling. It should be like, okay, the gap between, let's say, current day Korin, right? Or current day Korin, right? And then Miyabi is like, let's say, I don't know how to describe this. Actually, now I'll draw it. Let me see if it actually works anyway. 1 second. I can't even doodle. No, I said Nido. Sage doesn't care about Ben. I care about Ben. I said Sage doesn't. Okay, it doesn't even work. What the hell? Second. Yeah, I care about Ben. Why wouldn't I care about Ben if I would? Like, why would I care about Ben if I actually built him the way I did? Care about Tums, man. Anyway. So, the thing I'm doing right now is, because he acts like a toxic ex. No, what are you getting this from? Okay, listen. It's not about, okay, I feel like you're mishearing me, because I'm talking about stuff that, it's not even like Ben's fault in a way. I don't even blame Ben for this, but I do blame that the devs left him in that state without thinking about characters like Yanagi, Miyabi. Okay, fine. Let's Miyabi. Let's not talk about Miyabi. Miyabi's like her own can of worms, right? Like Yanagi and Astra. They future-proofed these characters so much, and they left them in that state. Like, again, I say Yanagi, and I'm not talking about like an M1 that gives up straight up invulnerability for like 3 hits. I'm talking about the fact that she gets a parry with an EX special. Like with a normal special. Astra gets so much damage reduction, she doesn't even die a bunch. Like she survives like a lot. And she has like a bunch of anti-interrupt. That's if she's in like a cadenza state. Ben's support, or in this case, his damage reduction is more or less just conditional. Whether it's down to the fact that you have his EX, like his signature, you use the EX special, and it only works on an enemy that you've applied the follow-up upon. I don't know why to another A rank that makes more sense. Okay. If we talk about Polkra, I feel like they're just okay. I'm gonna say a couple of things about Polkra, right? Polkra is a couple of things. She is a, what's the right word for this? She's essentially like, say beginning, an introduction to Aftershock, right? But the thing is, if you can stun off field and not have to be, and you're completely invulnerable to all damage, and on top of that you have DPS agents like, well, I'm not gonna say Anby, right? But you let agents like Soldier 11 and Ellen be on field even more. Is Poké even good? I have no idea what all 3 of these characters do. Alright, I'll go into this game. I'll explain to like Sage a bit. Just so you can understand. Anby is very technical. She's pretty good. 1 second. Right, back. Okay, we'll talk about poker in a bit, but... Right. Andy is very technical. She's kind of like Haramasa, except you have to press the E button a bunch of times when you see, like, the 3 stacks go, like, glow. And on top of that, you have to hold EX special if you can to get 3 more stacks. Trigger is very cracked in Jax. He's actually better than Chingy in every single way. I mean, if you get her Wenjin, she's still better than Chingy. She gets like 1 billion impacts and she has a crit. Does not need to be on field. You literally just have to use like any DPS agent. You use her snipe and then you switch out. Use EX special with any other agent, which is why she works so well with Anbi. And in this case, Soldier 11 as well. To actually apply so much, like enough days that you can literally just stay on any of those 2 DPS agents. Poker's kind of the same. You need M6 to actually just have her like be out for longer, and then have her best, like her additional ability to be like one of the best buffs in terms of A ranks. Yeah. Okay, listen. Okay, they have their own appeal. We're not causing like a rift over here, okay? Anyway, back to what we're talking about, right? I think I can slight Pulchra because of the fact that she has Aftershock, and you know what Aftershock allows you to do? Inflict days, deal DPS, and on top of that, be completely invulnerable to any sort of damage. I can slight her for that. What does Ben need to do? Block counter. And he does not get enough energy regen, and he does not get enough energy generation in his entire, on his base combo. It's not that good. Poker gets a reduction to her, her EX special. A reduction to the cost of the EX special by 5. Ben doesn't get any of that. Or we should go and talk about something like, say, Seth. Right? This additional damage equal to 500% of his attack, that gets affected by crit damage. That gets affected by crit stats. So that can get stronger depending on how many crit stats you have put into Seth. So that makes him pretty you have an easier time using him as a DPS unit. Not that we've seen too many DPS Seth videos, but I feel like he does a better job. I mean, even there's less extra content than Ben. Yeah, no, right, I forgot. Bet he does it any days. That is a quick so it doesn't make that much sense. Okay, but in that vacuum, right, Seth has an even easier time actually being in any DPS comp because most of his kit can actually be affected by crit. You can give him a crit engine, you have an easier time. His W engine gives him attack. And he has like more anomaly builder. He's more flexible than Ben. It's annoying. Like Ben can use defense or attack, but that's only it. But that's just it, right? Like this, it's so easy. You know, never mind. I'm molding a lot. I get it. I'm molding. Thing. Okay, so that's one issue I have. We talked about how bad his skill his combat is. His dodge counter is fine. He's invulnerable. His dash attack is not that great. It's really awkward to use. But this does not work. It just doesn't work. In terms of just like utility, it's just that's like his skills, which I mean it's basically just his combo and his like his dash attack, and that's really it. And like maybe his block dodge counter. It is what it is. Okay, but still though, the fact that they know that he's popular still, and the fact that they literally have him like regularly appear in like a couple events here and there. I mean, I wouldn't say it would be like too far-fetched. I'm talking about too. He has like a whole statue, like in like events, a whole statue. He is pretty popular. That's one thing. Now, if they're pretty much aware that their characters have appeal. They do have appeal. I can be a bit hopeful in saying that, in a way, they're more or less open to adjusting certain characters. I mean, regardless though, I mean, we have like a mostly female-dominated cast anyway, so you're mostly right in saying that Ben doesn't actually fit the beauty standards or whatever. Ivy Cohen gets a big skeleton or Piper. Cohen's definitely gonna get it. She's the first character that's been shown. Do you not think she's gonna get it? She probably will. She gets a dash attack, she gets a vortex, and on top of that, she gets to have like an AoE, like she gets like a lingering AoE move that still helps gather. With like the 5th level combo. That could be added to a base kit at any moment. She's that good. He's popular in the way of a mascot. But here's the thing though, right? Ben's popular. Paimon isn't. There's a clear difference between the two. Well, not popular. Ben's playable. Paimon isn't. And you can't just say, like, in the way of a mascot anyway. Because let's be honest, right? How many mascots do we actually have? We have the Bang Boo who are mascots. We have Fairy who can also count as a mascot. And in the way, the twins are sort of the mascots of the game. Anby is also like the poster girl of like the game. And she gets an O. The argument does sort of fall flat. But asking to buff Ben is the same thing as playable Paimon. Okay, the thing is though, that could be if they said that they're going to rework characters and take more attention into their base kits, do you not think that they're going to take time to read into characters' kits and then see, okay, we may have screwed up with this character, we have to adjust them. Because let's be honest, we could have had Corin never had a gear whatsoever, and they would have never mentioned about them changing her. Thankfully, they're going to buff her. We could say the same for Ben, because Ben, let's be honest, is at a tier, like, is around Corin's tier. And those characters aren't considered to be good, unless you put in enough vertical, like, investment into them. It is Hoyo. Okay, but to be fair, this game has more effort put into than HSR and Genshin. In terms of base combat, I'm not saying that in terms of like Genshin doesn't like have effort put into it, because there's like a lot of things that they padded out with, you know, the Saurians, Fontaine, and at times I think, yeah, Saurians, Fontaine, that kind of thing, right? You could say that. But in terms of combat, when have they ever cared about anybody else that doesn't have a Night Soul? Ben has time to be released before you touch Ben. Again, okay, here's the thing though, right? Bellum could happen. That's the thing though. Bellum could happen. We know that it's like it's still out in the open, right? That like he's pretty much in playable lingo in a way. Not that Pompey is anyway. He's pretty much on screen. I mean, but then again, when has stop Toya? You're right, because like it's Toyaverse. They'll literally do anything but release playable Skrillin. They'll give you like an entire region based on Greek mythology, but no playable Skrillin. It could in 1.73. I mean, that's okay. Let's be honest, right? We just have to wait until the trailer comes out, or the teaser trailer comes out for tomorrow, because we are gonna get at least a couple reveals for like Oval Squad, the Angels of Delusion, and of course the rest of the Yunqueen Summit. So Yizhuan's and Jifu Squad. In 9 years, yeah. But then again, that's if we get like ultra mega super ultra mega mega super ultra mega mega proxy twins as like the super void hunters. There's another eye implants have actually gone a bit more powerful, which does insinuate that they could be playable at any moment. And I kind of don't want that, because I feel like the charm with Zendis was just the fact that these guys were not playable for the sake of not being playable. As in, they're proxies, they're hackers, they're there to go and help guide people through, like, thingy. It's a bit worrisome, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe 3 days before they close servers. Hey, they're releasing Miyabi or they close servers. And they give away every single character for free. Regardless though, they understand that certain characters do have their charms. Like they said, every single character is future-proofed in terms of story and in terms of kit. They will be reworked. If they feel like that character is like undertuned, heavily undertuned. Ben is that one character that is heavily undertuned and he needs to have buffs. There's no way of going about it. It's not saying that I want buffs in a way, and it could be beauty standards. For developers that are fairly young and, you know, are open to feedback, more or less, you know, compared to other games. Because I will say this though, right? Despite my grievances with it, you have to appreciate the fact that they broke their backs in order to actually reduce TV mode as much as possible for, like, a lot of the hive mind. And I say the hive mind because, like, let's be honest, most of these players don't come back to the game even after TV mode's gone. Until HSR is gone and they still have to, and they have like another gacha to play. Or like if HSR's like gone downhill, which it has gone now, which it starts to go downhill now. And at that moment, Zenith can happen too. Okay, yes, but again, like you said, he can solo content the same with everybody else. You can dodge all the moves in the entire game. The thing is, this is as big, like, this is the most value he has into his kit. But compare that value to, say, someone like Lucy in general. Or, we'll even say Polkra. Polkra in general. Polkra can straight up not be on field, and she is able to do everything, and she's able to do everything a Sun agent can do, but off field, and that's her as an S, like an A rank. And I get that they're trying to introduce Aftershock into the game, so they have to release like an A rank in order for like every single player to have a Aftershock unit. Yeah, not the same way. But again, like you said, it's not the same way. For example, I'd say that Jane could have an even easier time soloing con. Actually, no, we're going back to like comparing like A ranks, not S ranks again, limited to S ranks. Right, we're gonna avoid that taboo. We're never gonna avoid that taboo. You might be right in saying that Ben can solo content in a way that others cannot, because I haven't seen anybody do solo Nicole when it comes to like doing any endgame content. Unless people would have to do, unless people like, you know, put their mind to it. I mean, anybody could put their mind to it. If Nicole can be a DPS unit, Sokka can be a DPS unit. She can actually solo content. Corin can solo content too. Seth sucks on field. That is kind of true. He does kind of suck on field. 1 second. Okay, you know what? Let's have to slide. I have a sideline for this. He has 2 whole mods that can give you like. That's 2k. Sure, Ben has like around 2k, which is like block counter, follow up. That's 2.4k. He has like nothing. He has. There's literally no one in this kid that has that that same mod. That he has like Seth's. I think actually no, unless I like upgrade this like level to 40. I mean level 16. Should be high as Ben's, if not higher. Lucy is okay, but can't do much for same Nicole. In terms of DPS units. Yeah. In terms of A rank agents that can actually solo content, Anton can solo content. He definitely can. He's a DPS unit. Corin can solo content, but she uses like an entire kit off on field. Piper, yeah, sure, she can solo content. You just need to go and get enough energy. I mean, best believe she gets enough energy. Yeah, more energy because if she applies anomaly, and she's physical too. Yeah, that's great. Yippee for Piper. Swear to God. Anyway. And of course, yeah, you've already seen it. Ben can solo content. Add time. I need to fix this thing. Why isn't this working? Oh, it's working now. Okay. Oh, okay. That's it. Okay, yeah, we're talking like solo content, right? Right. Poker doesn't move that well, but then as soon as you just get into Aftershock stance, you don't have to care about poker anymore. And then the moment you get into, you do quick assists or whatever, or you do evasive assists, you get your stacks back. The only thing you have to care about is like switch into poker every so often, and then you get your stacks. That's all poker is. Just really easy time getting stacks. Yeah, she can't Aftershock solo, so she's not that great in terms of doing solo content. Okay. Yeah, you're kind of right. She's not that great in terms of solo content. Most of her value is just from her Aftershock damage. Unless you get to M6, then maybe if you have like... No, you have to do thinking. Wait. Poker gets Amy with special running claw, EX special, sensible up, chain attack, ultimate, applies value in trap for 50 seconds. Oh, I mean, if you get to M6, this is pretty valuable. But she needs to be in thingy for like more days. Yeah, I think that's right. You know what? True. Seth does actually have like a harder time doing any follow-ups because you need to because he is gonna get hit. I think that's one thing they need to fix with Seth. But even then, if they fix that, there's almost very low point to doing Ben solos. Because I think with like at least Seth has like the fact that he can just EX special. Like he has like really good mods for like an A rank. Pretty good mods. I think if I just max it out like in Pride when it should be high, like 2k high. Let me go and grab that. Only time I should use anything like this, I swear. It's skills, multipliers. Yeah, around basically 2k. 2k there, so 1.9k there, and his EX special. Max that out. His damage multiplier, if it was charged, it's 2.3k. 2.3k. His ultimate, 4.78k. 4.78. This game just. Oh, okay. Genuinely loathsome. Okay. That is very true. Seth can't stagger. He has a very easy time dealing more damage than Ben, though. He has 2 resources from his, like in terms of damage. His ult modifiers are higher than Ben's. Ben has 3.8k. Seth gets 4.7k to his ult. I have this at 5, and it's already worrisome to, like, see how high this is. He gets 2k modifiers. One from his EX special, and then one from his, like, base attack. Or in this case, like, the charge attack. Yeah. I mean, fair enough, but there's always, like, some downtime. Second. Alright, back. You know, fair enough, but... Okay. I'm saying myself, I just think it's really annoying how, like, Seth just has so many avenues for such, like... I know that you can't move with. I know that you can't like stagger with Seth the same way that you can do with Ben. They have to like at least buff a couple things, or specifically like mods with Ben. Because if his like biggest source of damage is his block counter, please make this high. Like please have this be higher. It shouldn't be 2.4k. This shouldn't be 2.4k. His ult shouldn't be at 3.8k. If Seth's can be at 4.7k, Ben should be as high, if not higher. Because let's be honest, this scaling it's not that great. Like his attack scaling into defense is not that great. It's multiplicative. Okay, I'll go and do the thingy. Hey man, working on a script right now. Mostly just we were more than about like Ben's kit. Type of script. It's a video idea script. We were talking about this the other day. Well, pretty much yesterday, right? When I wanted to make a video. I've been working on it for like the past couple of days now. Got through a pretty significant amount. And it's quite wordy. But I'm hoping like it can reach like about 10 minutes or so. I'm not completely finished with it just yet. I'm actually a little bit over halfway. And then afterwards, I have like a section that I want to focus on, where we all discuss and see what we can do about Ben's kit. Thing is, Black is doing a how to DPS Ben again because he's gonna make a newer video. I'm more or less making a video about how we could rework Ben's kit, because you know how we've had like that dev talk, whatever, and they were like, "Oh, we're thinking about like reworking characters, and we're thinking about how we're thinking about like how we need to take more attention to like." How other agents act and like function in the game, whatever. Yeah. I decided to talk about how dated and how aged Ben is, because he quickly aged like really quickly. Well, in this case, it's not that great in terms of future proofing. Yeah. Second. Okay. So I've written it mostly written it. I will have people proofread it, or specifically Rack, if possible. Actually, no. I don't know. It was like more or less like a rush job in a way, but
Time for some hard labor?
do you think we get Hoy to remove the noodle arms? I mean, best believe if we can get people to go in, if we can get Hoy to adjust like Hugo's model, and also like buff the I don't want to say it, the boss art for Hugo, right? We can definitely get rid of Yishuan's noodle arms, because let's be honest, that isn't doing anybody any favors.
My loyalty lies with the winner.
I kind of like, speaking of noodle arms though, I kind of hate how Caesar's gotten treated.
Me.
For like somebody that's like arguably stronger than Lighter in terms of brute strength, she doesn't even get that much definition, and it kind of sucks. Like, there's something wrong with like a buff character, like a buff female.
I am the Eye of Obel. Handmade Rena, at your service.
Like, I get that the game isn't real or whatever, and that it can be as cartoonish as possible. I mean, why would Ben even exist in the first place if it weren't for that? But yeah. Season needs them gone.
That's me.
Like, the woman is able to throw like genuine boulders or whatever, right? And she's been like, and she has like, you get the idea. Why is she treated like this? And better yet,
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move out.
okay, I think Evelyn is slightly more appealing, but again, it doesn't make sense with certain characters.
Eradicate all evil.
It just kind of doesn't. They struck gold with Miyabi. I think certain designs I just feel like they should adjust.
Only the brave will win.
Please give,
Me.
like, please bulk up Caesar. Like, I don't think anybody would be adverse to having like Caesar be as buff or nearly as buff as Lighter.
Scarf.
It's mostly the women, yeah.
Awaiting further instructions.
It's all the women actually. All of them have like smallish arms, which I don't like.
Number 0, Ambi.
But I think when it came down to the early designs, they were able to get away with a couple of things.
Pick me, and I promise you'll learn big.
Actually, wait, no. Let me go change the
Don't
skin.
just think about it. Do it.
Yeah, they could kind of get away with
Pick
characters
me,
like Nicole.
And I promise you'll learn
Specifically
big.
because like the Steve and stuff like that. It's mostly just down to the Steven of characters, right? That could leave it up to interpretation. Nowadays, again, pretty brave. They are getting pretty brave. With like the Steves and stuff like that.
Brave will win. That's me. We fighting? Take me.
So I think it's just down to maybe having enough feedback for thinking. But let's be honest, we're talking about we're talking about like the Chinese player base, which Hoiverse is always like going to listen to. Never anybody else, just that player base. Right. Oh, finally you guys said good morning. Bin time. Bin time. crazy. That's that. So do you think that GP ends up being better than lighter? That's a very hard question. That's a very hard thing to say. If anything, it could go down in two ways, right?
Time for some hard labor? Want to see the red scarf?
I don't think they're going to try and creep lighter. If they say that all the characters are built to have future-proof, I don't think lighter's going to get crept any moment. Any moment. I feel like the way that they've been balancing the characters nowadays, I mean, maybe outside of Trigger.
I've got your back.
But even I feel like Trigger isn't even that, well, in terms of like what I think of supportive capabilities or value in a team whatsoever, I don't think Trigger is as crazy as people say that she is compared to like Lighter. Because Lighter is his own, like Lighter is an entirely different beast. I feel like Lighter is objectively the best stun unit in the entire game, if only we're considering like fire and ice units. Only considering fire and ice units. The reason why Chingy even had nearly as equal value as to Lighter was because of the fact that she can work in any other comp. But now that Trigger's out and about, she gets crept. Yeah, it can go three ways. Either we get
Want to see the red scarf?
Aftershock Fire Stun Agent, which then again could be very hairy for, say, Evelyn Astrocomp.
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move out.
Because Evan would want to get her Garrote stacks as quickly as possible. So having like a Aftershock agent that also deals enough days and potentially maybe not as much supportive capabilities, but close to having the same amount of capabilities as say Lighter, might dwindle his value a bit. Yeah, there's a good chance that all the 2.0 characters are better, but if we're gonna have like reworks and or like, you know, characters that get future proofed, because let's be honest, there's no Caesar like replacement as of yet, and it's been like 4 patches now. We'll say 5 patches, because what's next? Vivian, Hugo basically ends the entire stun the entire stun window in order to actually just deal all the damage at once, and Vivian is just like an off-field. I want to say she's better Bernice, but Bernice is very like, she doesn't need to be on-field as much as Vivian does. Vivian needs to get like all the stacks away. Yeah, either Aftershock, bigger fire buff, or a fire and less stun time, or general stunner like Chingy. Yeah, either one of those 3. Or anything entirely different, because let's be honest, we never expected Aftershock to be like in the game 2 patches prior to like Trigger being in the game. Only until then we only just found out. But in comparison though, they did mention that everything else is just feeling like solo content for like DPS agents. Specifically now that we actually have like a very good, like, we literally have like the biggest reason to that kind of fear in a way. Well, a bunch of reasons.
I'll protect number 0, Ambi.
Yeah, I'll sign that works in the new class. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad that none of the characters feel like they get crept or are better, or like are innately better, than this character in a way. Because at times, it'd be better to save Lighter for like other comps. Or now that we've seen like Hugo comp, right? But let's say you want to run Hugo comp and Evelyn comp. You'd be better off saving Lighter for Hugo comp, and you can still use Kaleda
You want to test my hammer?
in Evelyn Astro comp. Because you know what she buffs? Chain attack damage by 70%. That's still pretty valuable. Not as valuable as like overall damage like Lighter, but for the amount of value that she has, she's still
Don't look down on me.
pretty good for like anybody that doesn't have Lighter. Yeah, they did keep Chingy, so why not? Yeah, it would be kind of crazy to actually just creep the best stun agent in the entire game. I'm glad I'm all in, like, you know, agreeing with this. Lighter is technically the best stun agent in the entire game. Mostly because he does give you, like, he stuns pretty quickly. Not as quickly as, like... No, I say he's really quick at stunning. He's really quick at stunning. He has so much supportive capabilities. And the fact that you literally have the quickest attack, like, the quickest quick assist in the entire game. And he can proc it by himself without the use of Astra. Yeah, well, okay. Lighter is niche down. But... if we're considering that one niche, he's definitely the best like stun agent in the entire game. There's a reason why he's like still at top tier, like he's still up there next to Trigger. And I think even in a way, I know I shouldn't be talking about tier lists, and I shouldn't be talking about meta, but his value is like just genuinely insane. You spend your EX special, right? I mean, you spend your energy gauge, right? You wait for like a couple of seconds, because of course you're going to be burning out morale, and the moment you expend all of that morale and you get like 20% impact, I don't know about you, but that's insane value. Yeah, Chingy is universal, but she already got, well, yeah, you can say that she got crapped
Let me finish my cup of hot
by
water.
somebody who can actually help you, who's like
I am the
even
eye of
less
Old
greedier. By somebody who's even less greedier.
I've got your back.
And considering the fact that we literally now have like Hugo, who got buffed by the way. He doesn't do Aftershock now, but that totalized buff got like buffed. There's reason for like, you know, Toxic Yaoi. Yeah, they kind of want to do more Aftershock stuff, but I am kind of intrigued to how they will go about it. Or, or as they put it, trying to make sure you don't use DPS units as often as possible, because they're thinking about developing new enemies that will try and make sure you don't use your DPS agents. Yeah. I mean, Jufu is definitely going to be like a push to like more Aftershock, and we're not going to get Aftershock this patch, the coming patch. But next patch we'll probably get more like Aftershock damage. Anyway, apparently though, I think Jufu is like in a limbo of her being an S rank 5-stun agent and an A rank 5-stun agent, particularly because we now have rumors of like 3 other characters: Astra, Miyabi, Caesar. Those 3 characters are potentially going to rerun. Meaning that it's just going to be Yizhuan and then a rerun and then 2 other reruns June 2.0. Yeah, Miyabi's definitely going to rerun during 2.0. I mean, there has been leak of her getting a skin. So there's that. Yeah, she has a skin. That's going to be guaranteed. That's going to happen. But I think we're not... I think that Jufu is still in a limbo of her just being in an S rank of some sorts. But, and I say this, we're not in the realm of not getting Jufu as an S rank. Yeah, and they want the new Xbox folks to be able to get her. Also, one Astra Yanagi to pair with. I bet we get... You know, yeah, fair. Actually, no. 2.0 is not the anniversary patch. 2.1 is the anniversary patch. We don't know who it's going to be, but it's pretty much up in the air. 2.1 is going to be like the anniversary patch. We don't know who's going to be exactly. It could just be Angel's Delusion, because let's be honest, those agents have been in the back burner for like the longest time. Unless we get them at like another patch after, like a filler patch or something like that. Because I feel like for characters that you want to be anniversary, I don't think like Angel's Delusion are those kinds of characters. I think somebody from either Yunkui Summit or maybe a potential alt would be more important. But it's mostly just down to thingy. Yeah. They want to drain all your poly. Well, to be fair though, apparently after 1.7, 2.0 is going to be a very generous patch in terms of certain leakers. I think Palito was like the one that mentioned this. Or was it like Force Up Chan? Either way, those leakers have mentioned that patch being relatively more generous compared to other patches.
Time for some hard labor?
Yeah. Now, again, that just depends if like Angel's Delusions are going to be that 2.1 patch. We just have to wait until like 2.0 comes out. Or we have to wait around the tail end of 1.7 to find out who the 2.1 characters are. Because we're going to get Drake Marketing like around next week Friday. Yeah, around next week Friday. Basically between like the middle of next week and then like the end of next week, we get drip marketing on 2.0 characters. Okay. We're really gonna like chime in for like any leaks, whatever. Anyway, I'm pretty much just anticipating what happens for the the teaser trailer for Drain Everybody's Body in 2.0 and tada. I mean, sure, let's be honest. No, it's up to the group who you wanted. That's subjective. I say that as subjective because we have Yunkui Summit and not Yunkui Summit, Wayfei Peninsula. And that's an entirely different area with entirely different combat, and that could mean anything in terms of polychrome income. So we're not going to be in 6th Street anymore, like, for too long. And we definitely do get, like, a lot of other stuff. If anything, it's another rebranding. Regardless, it's still down to what happens for the Season 2 teaser. And then see what happened. And we'll just, like, pretty much, like, check who's going to be in the game in particular, because it might be just down to between 2.0 to 2.4, so that could be like a Void Hunter patch. But the thing is though, okay, here's a very big point. Yi Zhuan is not a Void Hunter, she's a Void Hunter level investigator. We don't know how, if she's explicitly that kind of like a Void Hunter in particular, but we do know that she gets a unique specialty. And that she's Ether. But we still have 2.4. And 2.4 is most likely going to be like a Void Hunter patch. Which is probably going to be like the tail end of Season 2. And then we have like the epilogues. And then we got 2.5, which would be New Year's. And then it's like probably something Popstar related. Maybe that's when Angel's Delusion come about. Maybe, maybe not. But then again, they have been stated that they will be appearing in the game, so it could be it could be earlier, or it could be like a bit later throughout the lifespan of the game. But then again, you wouldn't be too wrong though, because you can go from Yunkui Summit to Angel's Delusion straight afterwards. So like from 2.0, Jufu, Yi Zhuan, straight after that, Rokudo, and then Chintatsu. Or Yutani. So in 1.4 we got 1.75, 175 pulls, so I expect to be close. Probably a bit less. It'll probably be higher. It is 2.0. It is basically like it's like a completely new patch. It will probably be higher. $50. I mean, let's consider things, right? We get new dailies, new missions, a mini map of, okay, not a mini map, maybe the mini map could be relevant in a way. I don't know. We get to explore Aerospace City, which is like around the Leminian Hollow, and by Leminian Hollow, I mean by... Yeah, big for 2.0 and big for the anniversary. We'll probably, like, that's the thing. We probably would get, like, a lot more. And by Leminian Hollow, we are talking about... Okay, that's Crescent Hollow. Leminian Hollow is literally, like, around Bellabog. Okay. Okay, so... Maybe. Maybe. Here's the thing, right? Leminian Hollow is around the Bellabog construction site. It's around the construction site. And we have friends around the Leminian Hollow. Better not, please. Whatever get. I mean, you know, fair enough, because 1.4 is like its own like bag of worms. And by bag of worms, it's like crackjacked everything above. Regardless, I feel like it's going to be a bit more... I feel like we're definitely going to have more polychromes than 1.4. It's 2.0 anyway. Anyway, I think... That's a Zen's bookkeeper. Oh, okay. Yeah, like, definitely 1.7 is, like, kind of a dead patch. In terms of what we get. We're not gonna get enough. We straight up won't. I knew you guys are playing something. I don't know, they did a whole campaign with something. This isn't happening with 2.0. Okay, no, the thing is though, 2.0, no, 1.4 only happened around, like, 1.3. And that's when that happened, the pre-register thing. It's gonna happen for 2.0. It's gonna happen for 2.0. We're gonna pre-register for, like, 2.0 in a way. Because we don't have, like, a whole Season 2 trailer tomorrow. Literally tomorrow, we don't have, like, Season 2. We're gonna get a Season 2 trailer. I don't know, man. I mean, I wouldn't put a pass against them if they wanted you to go and pre-register for that too. Because I think the same thing for, like, happened for HSR as well when it came down to 3.0 and then 3.2. Where you had to pre-register for that. But again, that's objective. It's gonna be a lot, but not as much. Yeah, I mean, it's just I mean, I'm on the camp that it's probably gonna happen. Hey, what was it, Fire? Sorry about that. Then it's Shrek and ask him to proofread it. You need an opinion on something? That's kind of new. I've hard pity for Anby and closer pity again. Should I push for Trigger or do I wait for Hugo and Vivian? Okay, so if you hard pity for Anby, you're pretty much going to get... Well, I should really not pull for Jane M2. You probably shouldn't. You'd probably be better off getting lighter. Or like a lighter M2. That's like a lot smarter to do. You do get like a bunch of pulls from thingy. Like the story. Anyway. Hard pity for Anby, closer pity again, should he push for Trigger or wait for Hugo and Vivian? Okay, well, Trigger is Anby's best and solo partner. That's very annoying. And the thing is, compared to both Hugo and Vivian, if you have Bernice, you don't need to focus on getting Vivian, because she is just off-field support. And that's especially if you don't even have Yanagi either. But then again, you can always just use Polkra. But going for Trigger is always a good thing. That's 35% stun damage multiplier. And on top of that, sub DPS. Pretty significant sub DPS. You don't have to go for it though, but feels wise, you're definitely gonna want to get Trigger. Yeah. Okay, if you really wanted to get Vivian or Hugo, you just skip Trigger. But in terms of like if you care about Anby a lot, I'd say go for Trigger. If you don't care about Anby, you don't need to. Yeah, if you don't have Anby, then you need her. Then you need Trigger's Wenjin. You absolutely need Trigger's Wenjin, and I doubt you'd even have enough time to get both her and the Wenjin, unless you're lucky enough. Also 50-50. Okay, so yeah, skip Trigger then. Just skip Trigger. If you're close to 50, just skip Trigger. If you lost 50-50, you can always just go and guarantee for like Vivian and or Hugo. Or just hold off and just get lighter, but that depends if you care about him enough. Okay, you lost 50-50, you have a guarantee. So, either way, take her word for it. Just skip Trigger. If you don't have Trigger, or you don't really care about, like, more or less on-field DPS. Actually, to be fair, Corin could work with Trigger. Not even could, she can work with Trigger. I think Trigger's a best in slot, like, stun agent. Yeah, 2.0 could be anything. And considering the fact that we have leaks saying that Yee's runs like an entirely different beast altogether, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad to actually just like skip 1.7 and then just go for her instead. Anyway, you guys kept me busy for the time being. We'll end stream here. We will watch. Okay, I'm gonna watch the. I don't know when it releases the teaser trailer for 2.0, but, and this is a big but. I could just if it depends. Okay, that depends if when it releases, right? If it releases like during when I stream, we'll watch it together. If it doesn't, I'll watch it and I'll talk about it. And then we should also like do a couple other things as well. I have been practicing like twins. I got pretty close to clearing twins. I think I could clear twins like maybe halfway through 2.0. I say halfway through 2.0. I do not think I'm gonna clear it during 1.7. But it's just down to like making sure I understand the patterns and like, you know, dodge windows here and there. Otherwise, season 2 trailer. Please, just two, like, if we have, like, 2 male characters, that's all I need to see. Genuinely speaking, that's all I need to see. 2 male characters. I don't care how many female characters you put in. If you give us 2 male characters, and not just 1, that's all there is. Lol, that ain't happening. Listen, if we get the rest of Obo Squad, I am putting my eggs into all this basket. That depends. It's a season 2 trailer. We might get like multiple like reveals here and there. I mean, it's gonna be the same fashion as like, say, the Amphoris trailer for HSR, where we've got like teasers for every single agent that will appear in the game. Not like for characters. What happened over the season? Okay, I think we're probably just gonna get like a teaser that will just give us like 2.0 to 2.4, and then everything else is just like, you know, fair game. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Just knowing they're gonna show off the man. Listen, Obo Squad. There's like 1 character that's been name dropped a couple of times. Captain Magus. We have C, who's been leaked multiple times. And I think we get one, man. Don't say, please don't say it is. Don't say so. Because, like, at least with every single faction, you have to have, like, at least 1 male character. If you're not Obo Squad. Well, actually, no. Obo Squad should have a male character. If you're not Salzaria. And that's the only time, and that's, like, the only faction I can actually say. That's a hard guarantee. Anyway. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Okay, they don't have to. But in terms of ethics, it'd be better. It would be better. In terms of ethical, like, just skewing the gender ratio just enough, right? Anyway, right.